Hello everybody. Today I'm going to read you the story of Walter's Wonderful Web. Can you hear all of those w sounds? Walter's Wonderful Web. I love that. And it's written by Tim Hopgood. And Tim Hopgood's very clever because he isn't just the author. He didn't just write the words. He's also the illustrator. He did all of the beautiful pictures in the story. And he definitely did this picture here of Walter. And you can see Walter on the front cover and he's making his wonderful web. Shall we find out what happens? Okay, off we go. Walter's Wonderful Web by Tim Hopgood. Let's turn to the first page. Here we are. Walter wished he could spin a perfect web, just like his friends. And you can see his friends there, they've spun their webs. They look very similar to each other, don't they? But Walter's webs weren't perfect. They were wibbly wobbly. And can you see his wibbly wobbly web there that he's made? Oh, poor Walter. And when the wind blows, wibbly wobbly webs blow away. And you can see poor Walter's web is blowing away in the wind. But Walter was determined. That means he really wanted to make sure he could make a web. So one morning he decided to start with something simple. You can see. Very carefully, he made a small web in the shape of a... I wonder what it is. Shall we see? A triangle. Can you see the triangle? Here, look. 1, 2, 3 straight sides. Whoosh went the wind and it blew the web away. Oh. Walter started again. This time he made a bigger web in the shape of a... Let's see. Do you know what it is? A square. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides, and they're all the same. Whoosh went the wind and it blew the web away. Walter sighed and started again, and this time he made a longer web, longer this time, in the shape of a, now what would be longer than a square? Let's see. Aha, a rectangle. And look, you can see it's like a square that's been stretched. It's got 2 long sides here, hasn't it? What do you think happens? Whoosh went the wind and it blew the web away. Walter sighed. Then he stretched his legs and made a taller web. This time it's going to be taller in the shape of a... so taller than a square. What's that? A diamond. Can you see? In the shape of a diamond. Looks like a square that's been stretched and turned around, look, doesn't it? It's still got its 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. Whoosh, whoosh went the wind and it blew the web away. Oh dear. Perhaps my web should be more round, thought Walter. Because these ones have all had straight sides, haven't they, so far? Aha. So he climbed up and down. He twisted and twisted and twirled. Would this be Walter's first perfect web? Shall we see? Nearly. We'll have a look. Nearly. It wasn't perfect, but it was an almost perfect circle. And it looked strong. Ooh, promising. Looks strong, that one does, doesn't it? And you can see it's got lots and lots of circles inside each other. Let's see if this will work, shall we? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh went the wind. Oh no, oh goodness gracious me. Poor Walter. Oh dear, he hit the ground with a bump. And you see him on the floor there. His web has definitely fallen apart now the wind's blown. Dear, Walter was tired and upset. He felt like giving up. But as the sun went down, he thought about all the different shapes that he had made. Can you remember all of the different shapes that he's made so far? He's thinking of all of them. He's thinking of the triangle, and he's thinking of the square and the rectangle, and the last one he just did. Oh, the diamond! I nearly forgot the diamond, and the circle. He's thinking of all of those shapes, and all at once. Do you know, he knew just what to do. So he took a deep breath and he set to work. I wonder what he's going to do. He's thinking of all the different shapes. Whoosh went the wind. But it didn't stop Walter or his web. Not this time. Oh no. You can see. And as the stars came out, oh look, it's night time. Who's sitting on the branch here? 1, 2, 3 little owls, just like in our owl story in Our Babies. Oh my goodness me. In the night, Walter's web shone in the moonlight. Look at that web. I think I can see all the different shapes. All the different shapes that he made. Triangles, I could see a diamond in the middle, and there's circles and squares, and I bet somewhere there's a rectangle. I'm looking really hard. I bet you can spot it. Oh, I can see them now. Oh, lots of little ones here. He's used all of the shapes. And you know what? It was better than perfect. It was a truly wonderful web. Oh, look how happy Walter looks. Isn't that just the most beautiful web? How clever. Do you know what I really liked about that story? I liked the way that Walter just kept going. He didn't give up. He didn't think, oh, I can't do it. Even though it didn't work the first time or the second time, it kept blowing away. He was, what was that word in the story? Determined. He was determined. He kept going and practicing and practicing. And in the end, he made the most beautiful web. The most beautiful web. And it didn't look like his friends' webs, because that doesn't matter. A web doesn't have to look one particular way. I think Walter's web was particularly beautiful. Just shows you what you can do if you don't give up. Now, I spotted something else at the end of this book. I liked this. It's a little bit all about the shapes in the story. These basic shapes are all shown in this book. And we did see them, didn't we? Walter made his web in the shape of a triangle. And then he did a square. And what was next? Then he did the rectangle. And the last, not the last one. Then he did the diamond. And the last one he tried was the circle. And then the very last web that the wind didn't blow away and that was wonderful. He used all of these different shapes, didn't he? just there. Maybe you could listen to this story again and you can have a look for those different shapes in Walter's big web for yourself. I hope you enjoyed that story. See you again very soon. Bye.